Okay. So at the end of this, you guys can ask me questions, but I'm going to show you some kind of special cases or different circumstances. So I've got 3 problems to walk you through. I think it's just 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3 problems to do today. If you can do these 3, you are set up to do any of them and all of them. Okay. So take a second, write this down. Then we're going to do this together. Again, if you guys pay attention to these first 2, this last one, is tricky, but you guys should have enough to do it. All right, so let's get started. So the very first thing is I see that x equals 4. So because x equals 4, I know that that is already part of my solution. So whenever we're doing this, the entire goal is to find what x, y, and z are. So I know that it's going to be 4 something, something, right? So don't always have to end up canceling something out. But if I know what x is 4, I can go ahead and take that value and I can plug it in anywhere I see an x, and I can plug it into both of these. Well, let's go ahead and plug it in, and right here, it gives me if x plus y equals -6, and I know what x is, I can literally just go right away and solve for y. So y is -10. Then once again, once I know one of them, this all starts to fall into place. So if x is 4, that means y is -10. And if I know both of those values, I can literally plug it in for both of those values. So x is 4, y is -10, and now I can solve for z. So 4 times 4 is 16, plus 30, plus 2z equals 26. 46 plus 2z equals 26. Subtract 46 from both sides. And z divided by 2, z is also -10. Remember, your answer needs to be written as an ordered triple. Any questions there? No questions at all? Okay. You have one of those. Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Never mind, I got the answer. Sorry.
Okay. So once you plugged in for 1, notice the snowball effect. Once I plugged x in, this one didn't have a z, so I can solve for y right away. Then I can plug them both in here. But it's not always going to be that simple. So here's what I want you guys to see, and maybe we'll have to end up doing a 4th example. But remember, our goal is to eliminate or get back to 2 variables. So take a second and write this down. And by a second, take about 30 seconds, write this down, and then I'll walk you through it. Okay. So the very first thing that I want to show you guys is this. This is a big indicator. Remember, you can choose any variable you want to eliminate or to cancel out. But what do I notice about this third equation? It doesn't have a y. So I can drop this down right away.
In that equation.
Sorry? Say that again.
There is no y in that equation.
Exactly. So there's no y in this equation. So I know that I need to, so because there's no y in this equation, then in these two, I need to eliminate the y's. Does that make sense? Because there's no y in this third equation, automatically I want to go through in these first two and eliminate the y's. So if that's what I have, x minus 2y plus 3z equals 3, and 2x plus y minus 4z equals negative 9. Remember, because this one did not have any y's, I need this one to not have any y's. So what can I multiply this second equation by to eliminate my y's?
2.
By positive 2. So I can multiply the entire second equation by positive 2, and then that will give me, the top one stays the same, and the bottom now my y's cancel out, so I've got 5x minus 5z equals negative 15. Then I'm literally just going to take that.
5c? Oh, I see.
Yeah. That's not what I wanted to do. Too close together. I'll just rewrite it. So I take that value and I put it right here. So the entire goal is to eliminate so that we can get back to a 2x2 system. Any questions so far? Again, because this equation did not have a y, that means in these two equations, I should eliminate my y. It's actually easier, it's less work. Now from here, which one do you want to eliminate, the x or the z? Again, there's no wrong answer. What would you guys like to use? Or to eliminate?
X.
And that's perfectly fine. So if you notice that I have a positive 2 on top, I need a 2 on the bottom. I've got a 5 on the bottom, I need a 5 on top. But one of them has to be what?
Negative.
And it doesn't matter which one, so I'm going to make the top negative. So distribute it. My x's now cancel. Divide. And z is 2. Any questions so far? Now, once I have z, how do I find x? Take it and plug it into any one of these two. I'll plug it into the top. Divide by 2. So that's why we spent an entire day doing 2x2 systems, just making sure that you guys can do that. So it's the same thought process over and over and over again. Just eliminate a variable, eliminate a variable. Once I have two of them, I'll switch colors. The z and the x, I need to plug it back in somewhere up here to solve for y, and I'm going to plug it into the second equation. I'm going to erase some of this. I'm going to plug it into the second equation. So 2x plus y minus 4z equals -9. -2 plus -8 is -10. Add 10, and y equals 1. Your last step is to write it as an ordered triple, x, y, z, alphabetical order, -1, +1, +2, and that's your answer. Any questions? All right. One of the biggest things with this is keeping your work straight and finding which variable you want to eliminate first. There's no wrong answer. So let me get on to the most confusing type. By the way, there's only one or two of these more confusing type. You're going to practice more again tonight. So you only have 5 questions to do tonight, and you've got one like this. And I'm not even sure if you have one like this or not, but I know that you have one like this coming up. Man, this is a serious problem. So take a minute, write this down, and I'll walk you through it. Now this looks really difficult, but I promise it's not so bad. This is the type of problem that looks the most confusing, but let's keep things straight. The first thing, let's go ahead and look at these. I've got an x and a y and a z, and an x and a z. So which variable right now looks like it's easiest to cancel out? And here's what I'm saying. This has an x and a y, but no z. This has a y and a z, but no x. So essentially, there's 0 x's here, 0 z's here, and no y's here. So pick a variable that is easiest to cancel out. For instance, if I'm looking at my x's, well, those, okay, not difficult to cancel out, but maybe not the easiest. If I look at the y's, again, not difficult, but maybe not the easiest. If I look at the z's, why am I going to choose my z's to cancel out?
All you have to do is multiply the -2 times -2.
Exactly. So we are choosing the z's to cancel. So just like we did last time, we choose the z's to cancel. We chose that. And guess what? This one already does not have any z's. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that down and watch what I do. Well, so that's there, right? So if I push these to the side, I have no x's. I have 5 y's. And you don't even have to put the x here. I just want to make sure you line it up. So again, which variable did we choose to cancel out? The z's. I want a set of opposite coefficients. So if that's -4, I can multiply the bottom. What can I multiply by -2 to get +4? And Anna, you already said it. It was -2.
I think it was Allison that said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I haven't learned you guys' voices yet, and I saw your name pop up. At least I thought I saw it pop up. Now, I did not have to put in the 0x and the 0y. I'm simply putting it there to line up all of my variables. Any questions so far? So again, I could have chosen any variable to eliminate, but the z's were just happened to be the easiest because I only had to do one multiplication. The x's and the y's would have been just fine. So once I do that and I have opposites, add them up, and those will cancel. Any questions? So the last one, now that we have a 2x2 system, what can I multiply by 2 to get the opposite of -6?
3.
3. Sorry. And I'm going to lightly cross that out. There you go. So why I 100% agree. These look more confusing. They are more confusing. They're actually less work and they're easier because you've already canceled out a variable. You just have to keep in mind, keep your work straight and what you're trying to do. You're trying to eliminate the same variable to get to a 2x2 system. It did not matter which variable you eliminated. And once you've got that, I can plug that in anywhere I want. Let's plug it into the bottom here. Add 18 to both sides. By the way, and divide by 6. So I will definitely talk you guys through the steps, but I'm not going to show every single step, especially once we get to like just a simple equation. So you should know to get rid of a -18, you add 18 to both sides. To get rid of times 6, you divide by 6. So far, my answer is 3, -2, and then I just have to find out what z is. Well, how do I find out what z is? I can plug it into any one of these two. It doesn't matter. This one looks easier. So 3x minus 2z equals 1. My x is 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 2z equals 1. Subtract 9. And I've got -2z equals -8. Divide by -2 and z is 4. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Now, real quick, there's two things that I want to talk to you guys about. So your homework, again, your homework is due from last night. It's due by midnight tonight. And your homework that you have tonight, it's just 5 more problems. It is due by midnight tomorrow night. So altogether, I think you had 11 of them to do. So make sure that you guys ask questions. So we are almost finished. One thing, first of all, back to school night. Make sure that you tell your parents they're going to use this link. So you guys are responsible for getting your parents on Canvas, giving them this link. And I promise I won't say anything bad. I'm just going to let them know they need to be patient, with you. They're going to have to be patient with me. As some of you guys have seen the emails, I am getting so many emails. Guys, stay persistent. I promise you, it's not me being lazy. It's the fact that I'm answering 20, 30 emails a day on top of trying to teach and put your grades in and plan and so on and so forth. I know you guys are swamped. I'm swamped. So if I miss your email or I don't respond, please email me again. Try and be patient. You shouldn't have to email me more than twice, but sometimes, especially if you do it after school, and then I'm going to try and do it right here. If you email me right after this period, actually, I might not see it until the end of the day. And then who knows how many more I have. I could have gotten 30 other emails, and I just literally didn't get a chance to get to yours, and it just keeps compounding. So make sure, stay on me, but also have a little bit of patience with me if I don't respond right away. I promise you I will give you guys the benefit of the doubt whenever that happens. So back to school night, give your kid or give your parents the link. It's this Canvas page. We're just going to walk through it. Number 2 is graphing calculators. If you do not have a graphing calculator, they just let us know this on Friday. So if you go to my Canvas page, there's a big paragraph about it. Tomorrow and Wednesday, we have graphing calculator rental day. So if you still need one, all of those instructions are up on my Canvas page. So check it out if you still need one. By the way, if you are planning on going to college and or pre-cal or taking a math class ever again, it was probably worth your time and money to go ahead and buy one. It is $20 to rent one, or you can buy it, that's per semester, or you can buy a brand new one for about $100. I know that's not cheap. It's not to scoff off, but if you're going to rent one all year, it's 40 anyways, just to rent, or 100 to have forever. So we are finished. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll stay on to answer questions on the homework. Other than that, have a fantastic day. See you guys.